INT, and it's April 22nd, and it's 4 p.m. Please call the roll.
Chairperson Wani Garza,
Here.
Vice Chair Ted Meziakos,
Present.
Alderman John Lash,
Here.
Alderman Emmanuel Yamas,
Here.
Alderman Brandon Tolliver.
Here.
5 present.
Okay. Approval of the minutes and item 240267 from April 8.
So moved.
Motion by John Lash.
Second.
Second, Alderman Tolliver. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0. Thank you very much. Public comments?
No, we do not.
Okay. Okay, so please read the first item in the agenda.
240197, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to enter into an agreement with Crown Industries Ltd., 651 South Sutton Road, Suite 214, Streamwood, Illinois, in the amount of $1,383,869 for construction of a new fueling station at the new Public Works facility.
Good afternoon.
Good
Ian
afternoon.
Wade with the Engineering Division. So as part of the new Public Works facility, as kind of detailed in the memo, we are building a new fueling station. We brought on board a environmental consultant that specializes in fueling stations among their environmental services to do the design, bidding, and then they'll also do inspection during the bid phase services. That company was Integrity Environmental. They have worked on quite a few fueling stations around the area, and they were familiar with the two contractors that did bid. Typically, from their experience, there's really just 3 contractors that typically bid on these projects, and the third one was located out of Wisconsin, and the thought was that they didn't meet some of the, lack of a better word, some of the union requirements, so that was why we didn't see a third bid there from them. But we were encouraged that we did get the 2 bids, and obviously anytime you see 2 bids come in this close to each other, you feel pretty good about the way the specs were written and the way the bid was presented. It seemed like a pretty fair number. It was a little bit north of what we'd hoped. The latest estimate from the engineer was about $100,000 less, but with the consistency in the 2 bids, we felt like it was a good number. So I guess that'll take any questions.
Questions, comments? Jan?
Thank you. Do we have any existing buried tanks at the existing facility refuel?
At Central Garage currently,
Yep.
there are fueling tanks there, yes. I'm not sure.
I know they're above ground tanks. Are there below ground tanks?
Yeah. I'm not as familiar with that, but yes.
Okay. My whole thought on all this is that we should have them above ground. They're eventually going to be obsolete, and it's going to take more money to pull them out of the ground than it would if we just, when they become obsolete, cut them off. Did we look at putting them above ground?
So these are huge tanks. If we were to try to put the 4 tanks that we're getting of this size, it would occupy a huge portion of the site, so it really wasn't feasible from just a square footage standpoint. I can say that, having worked with an environmental consultant on this, everything was thoroughly vetted and done to industry standards. So I think had there been that opportunity, it would have been presented to us. But
Are they going to leave them when they're done using them? And at the old facility, do we just leave them in the ground, or are we going to take them out?
Ken, you want to speak?
Ken Schroth with the Public Works Department. Yes, Alderman, as part of a phase 1 study that's going to be done this year or the beginning of next, we will analyze the best way to remove those tanks, but through that phase 1 will be ultimately a phase 2 as well that gives us recommendations on how to remove them, and that will be part of, and we have it in the capital plan to start demolition of the building sometime next year, and that would include the tanks.
Okay. So you're saying they're just too big to put above?
Yeah, I mean, they are. The consultant mentioned that this was the largest project of this nature that he'd worked on, and that these tanks were quite large. So yeah, the footprint to excavate is going to be big, but to try to store them at the surface would have been occupied the majority of the site. So,
How many gallons?
put me on the spot with that one.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll look at
They're
it
in the
between now and
plans.
Cal, that's fine.
The plans are in there, so. yeah.
Thank you.
Other questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Lamas,
Second.
second Alderman Tolliver. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next item, please.
Thank you.
240259, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to increase the purchase order for R.C. Wegman Construction Company, 750 Morton Avenue in Aurora, by the amount of $153,825 for bid package 4 shelving, which is part of the Public Works Combined Maintenance Facility project.
Again, Ian Wade, Engineering. So the shelving had originally been included, as was laid out in the memo, in one of the previous bid packages, but the pricing received, we only got bids from one vendor, and in talking with them about it, they had given us an incorrect number that did not reflect the actual scope we were asking for. So long story short, we had to go back out to bid individually for this bid package. We were quite pleasantly surprised with this low number. Obviously, with the two bids, you saw there was a pretty good discrepancy between the two, but R.C. Wegman did sit down in depth with KWCC and confirm that the product line they are offering was one of our pre-approved product lines. They are going to be providing exactly what we asked for at a pretty good chunk under our budget. So we're pretty pleased with that and hope to approve it. Any questions?
Questions, comments? Jan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Of all there's going to be a ton of these little subcontract pieces to this whole thing. How many are going to come back like this? We see it with all of our contracts, right? And what's covered by the contingency, I guess, would be my one question. But my guess is we're going to see a lot of this.
Yeah, hopefully not too much. The three bid packages that Wegman did were meant to be fairly all-inclusive. This actually wouldn't have been a fourth bid package had it not been that it had been in one of the previous and not worked out and not come back in the manner that it needed to. So really, there shouldn't be too many more full-on bid packages as part of this project. We will have our site work package to finish up the paving and work around the building. That's probably going to be coming forward in a month or two, but that'll be handled in-house by the city. But in terms of scope for R.C. Wegman, other than just dipping into the contingency here and there for little extras that we ask for or overages that run forward, that should be all that remains.
Okay, thank you.
Questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Lesh,
Second.
second Alderman Tolliver. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed
Thank you.
5-0. Thank you. Next item.
240260, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to purchase a 3-year subscription for remote desktop connectivity software to Optiv Security, Inc. of Denver, Colorado for $134,109.12.
Good afternoon, Chairwoman Garza and members of the committee. Jeff Anderson, Deputy CIO. This is a renewal extension of a product called Beyond Trust that we purchased through Optiv. They're the authorized reseller in Illinois. We competitively bid this in 2023, got it for a 1-year trial. What this allows us to do is to connect to Windows-based devices remotely so that we don't have to go drive out to where the staff are at. They don't have to bring it to us here in IT. We did it for 1 year to really test the adoption rate, right? If it was going to be well received out in the field, we knew we would like it and we would use it, and it was been well received, and it saved us quite a number of hours. So we're looking to just extend this for 3 years at a similar rate.
Comments, questions?
Just a
Jan?
quick question. How often do we use it?
You know what? I've asked for those statistics. I can bring those at COW. It is daily for sure, and I just don't know the number of times per day.
Okay, and all it does is allow the remote access so an IT person can fix it.
Absolutely, and it allows it in a secured fashion, right? You know, the standard tools that come with Windows are not secure, and so those are generally some of the first things you turn off from a security standpoint. So this is a secure connection.
No further questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. More
So moved.
questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion made by John Lesh,
Second.
Second, Alderman Lamas. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
motion passed 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item.
240281, a resolution to award the Marion Avenue, Lafayette Street, and Seminary Avenue Sewer Separation Project located in Wards 3 and 4 to Performance Construction and Engineering LCC of Plano, Illinois, in the bid amount of $1,027,780.
Good afternoon, Kurt Muse with Engineering Division. So this is the second of 3 sewer separation jobs we're looking to accomplish this year that are all tributary to the sanitary siphon near Hazel Avenue. This one in particular is on Marion Avenue between Lincoln and 4th, Lafayette between Marion and Evans, which are both in Ward 3, and then Seminary east of 4th Street, which is in Ward, those first 2 are in Ward 4, the last section on Seminary is in Ward 3. We're particularly wanting to get this Marion section done first. It's south of the Bardwell School, and Lincoln Avenue and Marion is getting resurfaced later this year. So with those 2 activities happening later, we would like to get it done before school gets back in session in the fall, try and get it restored before the kids are walking around to school. So that's kind of our push for that location. We did go out for public bid. Performance Construction Engineering has performed similar projects. They did one last year for us, almost exactly the same type of work. You may have noticed our engineer's estimate was slightly lower than the bids we received. We have seen bids going up recently, and as evidence here, we only got 2 bids, so contractors are a little less hungry now, so we're getting a little higher prices than we did earlier this year. But both of these contractors have done similar type projects, and we're confident in the bids they came back with, and that we wouldn't get significantly better bids if we were to rebid it. So we're recommending approval to Performance Construction and Engineering.
Okay. Questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Lash.
Second.
Second, Alderman Lamas. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed,
you.
5-0. Okay, next item.
240286, a resolution authorizing the acceptance of bid pricing from various contractors for supplemental snow removal services and snow and ice control services for a 2-year contract with optional 2 one-year extensions for the Division of Street Maintenance.
Good afternoon, Tim Forbes, Superintendent of Streets. These are the contracts we use in order to help supplement our snow team. You get the primary routes, that's where a contractor's gonna come in, they're gonna take and have a route, so when we go out, they go out. And then you got the backup contractors, they're gonna come in on the backside cleanup, so anytime we'll get a 2 or 3 inch snow or more, we bring them in, start on the back of the route and help us plow so that we get it done in the time frame the city has asked us to do it in.
Questions, comments?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Lamas, second Alderman Lash. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed 5-0. Thank you. Next item.
240288, a resolution to award the Heather Crest Subdivision Water Main Improvements Project located in Ward 5 to Brandt Excavating, Inc. of Morris, Illinois, in the bid amount of $2,908,475.
Good afternoon, John Hoffman, the Engineering Division. So the Heather Crest subdivision is generally located in Ward 5 between Edgelon Drive and Randall, just north of Illinois Avenue. So we're looking at replacing the water main on 4 roads, including Heather Drive, Sherwood, Duncan, and Roanoke. So we have a pretty lengthy history of a high rate of water main breaks out there. Going back to 2012, we've had almost 30 water main breaks. So this project's been on our radar for a while, except it's a larger project, 6,500 feet of main replacement. So we're just kind of waiting to get our budgets kind of in line and the timing just right. So it worked out this year. To fit into our budget, went out to bid in March, opened bids in April. We received five bids, with Brandt Excavating being the low bid, which we've done a lot of work with Brandt in recent years and been happy with their work. Any lead services we encounter will be replaced from the water main to the water meter. And we did not receive any local bidders. But with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
We used this company in the past.
Yes. Yeah, Brandt Excavating, they've done water main replacements in town, and also they do a lot of lead water service replacements for us. So I believe we have a history of 4 or 5 years of working with them, and they're an easy contract to work with, and they're really good with resident communication and whatnot.
Great, good. Questions, Jan?
How old is this subdivision?
So there's multiple units out there. Generally, the homes were built between like the late 50s and mid 70s. So we're kind of expecting to see 80-85% so lead services out there based on our inventory estimates. So
No further questions, thank you.
Okay. More questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Lash,
Second.
second Alderman Tolliver. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed 5-0. Thank you. Excited?
240303, a resolution requesting approval to continue with Bentech Benefits Technology of Palm Beach Garden, Florida, as the city's benefits enrollment and administrative software provider 1 additional year for an amount not to exceed $65,500.
Hi, again, Jeff Anderson, Deputy CIO. Check the mic here. The Bentech solution is one we've used now. This will be the 6th year. We've actually renewed it twice. This is used not only for open enrollment, but also when new hires are brought on, how they sign up for benefits. Eliminated all the paperwork that happened prior to that. The Bentech solution will be replaced as we continue to stand up the UKG HRIS modules throughout the year. Just the timing of the expiration of the Bentech contract just didn't line up with the project schedule. So the shortest that we could get from Bentech is another year of service.
Questions, comments?
So moved.
Motion made by Jan Lash,
Second.
second Alderman Tolliver. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0. Thank you. Next item.
240304, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to purchase CCTV devices from Scientel Solutions LLC, 2021 North Yola Road in Aurora, for $15,247.38.
And again, Jeff Anderson, Deputy CIO. This one is, we'll be bringing them forth throughout the year. This is part of the approved CIP. It was part of the budget. We're bringing forth this one early because there have been some incidents that we just, we want to have, and hopefully these will deter that, having the cameras being visible, et cetera, and then having some after action if something does happen. So this is around the maintenance facility there on Ray Moses Drive.
Questions, comments?
Thank you, Madam Chair. How old are the existing systems that are out there?
There aren't any.
There aren't any?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then I saw that they're renting a bucket truck for $1,500. Is that accurate?
The service that they provide, Scientel's given us fixed rates for when they have to bring that equipment on site. So it's their own truck. It's just their fee for when they bring it out.
Okay, you would think that would be just part of the bid, but.
Well, it depends on the kind of services we're asking them to do, right? I mean, there in the contract, we can, take that offline if you'd wish, but, if we're asking them to put something that's at eye level, they can do that without anything. If we're asking them to put something on a traffic signal, they're gonna have to block off the street and work with PD and all that stuff. So there's different fees based upon where we're asking them to put it.
Thank you.
So moved.
Yes?
Thank you,
Question?
Madam Chair. Mr. Anderson, I got a question for you. Are you familiar with any complaints in regards to Scientel Solutions with the Illinois Department of Labor?
My understanding was there was something prior to when we signed with them. I'm not privy to anything beyond
Sign
that.
with them when?
With the contract, this contract when we had.
This one, we signed this contract when?
We signed this contract in, I think it's listed in here, when was the date of the resolution?
Because
This was 2021.
2021, okay,
Right.
all right, because this complaint was filed a year ago tomorrow.
Did they, is it certified payroll? Is that what they didn't submit?
It's in regards to installation, maintenance of cabling and cameras. I would think so. Why else would they be doing it, I would think?
Yeah, so, they're required to, and I don't know the specifics, but they are required to submit certified payroll both to us and to the state.
Do we know that they're providing certified payroll to the state? And are they providing us a copy that they've done that? Because we can go, are we checking it on the city, on the state webpage? That they're submitting it?
I am not. I can verify who is and who should be doing that. Right.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing right now. I'd
Sure.
love to know that we've got this all worked out with Scientel Solutions, and they're following proper protocol before I vote yes or no. So I'm sure my colleagues will want to keep moving forward with a positive resolution, but I'm not ready at this point, one way or the other, until we get that question. And I wouldn't want to try to hold it up either, till we get that question answered.
I'll get confirmation for them before COW next week.
And also maybe with our community partners too, at the building trades.
Okay,
Make sure everybody's on the same page.
okay. What would you like from the community partners there?
Well, they're the ones writing they're the ones that wrote the complaint.
Okay, so you have a copy of the complaint?
I have a right, I'll share it with you
Okay,
afterwards.
thank
yes,
you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
can, Madam Chairwoman, Alderman Masiacos, would you mind sharing that with the rest of us too, so we are
You know
aware of
what?
the issue?
I can share with everybody, I guess. I'll give it to, who do I give it to? Do I give it the clerk?
Yes.
Yep, I give it to the clerk.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
You make motion?
So
Yeah,
to
but
be
are
clear,
we-
So you want to make motion to hold, or?
Well, I thought what Masiacos said was that he didn't want to hold it.
Personally,
Hold it
I don't want to hold up the committee whether they want to move it forward or not. I like more clarification whether I'm going to vote on it, yes or no. I'm not ready to move forward on it personally, but I'm not making a motion on it. I'll let the committee decide on that.
So I had made a motion, but if you guys want to move forward without a recommendation, that would be another option too. And
We
then
can forward, yes.
Without
And,
taking a vote.
by the, before the COW, we can have the information, right? Yes.
So I don't have to amend my motion, do I?
if,
I don't think we have legal here.
Madam Chair, certainly if we can move it from
Yeah.
this committee to Cal, and if we don't get
Yes.
the
Is
information,
what I'm
we can
saying.
hold
So
it
you
at
make
that
the
level.
motion,
So,
Lamas make
yeah.
the motion, and
Just need a second.
second Tolliver. And by next week, or no, 2 weeks, we
2
don't have a
weeks.
fifth week next week, yeah. So you have enough time to find out what's going on with that.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay, so motion passed 4 yes, 1 no. And we want to hold, no, we don't want to hold, we want to pass, yes.
4 yes.
4 yes, 1
1 no vote.
no vote, yes.
I'm going to abstain as well.
Okay.
So
Oh, you want to
So
stay too?
two.
Abstain, 3.
So there's
votes.
3 votes, yes, and
Or you
2.
can call the roll. We can call the
Wait,
roll.
what is the motion on the table, Madam Chair?
The motion is to continue. and
Without
the-
a recommendation?
Without recommendation.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so then,
Without recommendation, yeah.
Yeah, that's, so I don't know if we had a.
Yeah, because we
We
may
got legal here to
continue.
answer some questions.
Legal department?
Yeah, Patrick Collins with the Law Department. I believe Alderman Yamas made a motion to
Uh-huh.
approve it, and I was seconded by Alderman Tolliver. Then
Yes.
That would be the vote, would be to approve it. If we could call the roll on that, then we can be clear unless somebody wanted to, well, it's already been motioned and seconded, so you have to vote.
Yes.
So a question for you though.
Yes.
If we want to just move it forward without a recommendation, what would that motion be? Just to vote to that specifically? I mean, how would we word that?
Since your motion has already been put forward and was seconded, it has to be voted on. then, all right, so if that didn't pass is what you're saying, and then if you wanted to just
If we were to.
pass it along with no recommendation?
Correct.
You can make a motion on that as well, after you vote on the motion.
Can we withdraw our second and original motion? Instead of having to vote no and circle back around?
You gotta vote it down.
Yeah, because it's already been motioned and
Okay,
seconded.
then let's take a vote and then we'll redo it.
Yes, okay.
I'll do roll call. Chairperson Wani Garza.
Yes,
Vice Chair Ted Mesiacos.
Present.
Alderman John Lash.
No.
Alderman Emmanuel Yamas.
No.
Alderman Brandon Tolliver.
No.
I'd like to make a motion to advance this without committee recommendation.
Second.
okay. So there's already motion by Jan Lesch, second by Lamas. Yes, two.
We're doing a roll call vote?
Do you want to just do a
Yes.
roll call?
Chairperson Wani Garza.
Yes,
Vice Chair Ted Mesiacos.
Present.
Did you say no?
Present.
present.
Present. Alderman John Lash.
Yes.
Alderman Emmanuel Yamas.
Yes.
Alderman Brandon Tolliver.
Yes.
4 yes, 1 present.
Okay. All right.
Madam Chair, will there be be prepared for a quick presentation on this at Cal, so,
Absolutely.
since it's moving forward without recommendation?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's enough time.
And, sorry,
Okay.
just
No other
specifically,
item?
a presentation on the complaint. Is that what you,
Can you have
I would say
copies
let's
for
maybe
us?
give the rest of the Cal some background as to what we're doing as well.
on this
although-
particular resolution?
Although it's put together well and people could read it, but just.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. No other item in the agenda?
No.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Jan Lesch,
Second.
second Alderman Tolliver. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion adjourned, 4:31.